How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Just doing another one of the videos where I talk about your questions. Now, I'm not hooked up to the microphone. There's a little bit of background noise, but hopefully it's okay. I don't think it's a big deal because, again, just trying to answer some questions. Also, just want to give an update. There is the stimulus bill that was passed recently, just like 20 minutes ago or something. So definitely should be good for the market unless it's one of those sell the news type situations. But you can sell the news, but the money is still going to be trickling in for a while here. So I think that's very good. So yeah, just another heads up too. Maybe I will do a breakdown on Tattooed Chef on this real quick on this channel real quick. Once their Q4 numbers come out, because they're coming out here in a few out like in an hour, I guess by now. But I just wanted to answer your questions. Been trying to do this more often. Penny stocks I feel strongly about: Sens, BNGO. Both of those are probably my highest conviction ones. I've been looking into GGTTF also, which is one that Jeremy from Financial Education is big into. Also, Meet Kevin has talked about. He had an interview with their CEO. I've been researching that one a good amount today, so I've been looking at that. But I'd say BNGO sends, but BNGO isn't really a penny stock. So yeah, the penny stock market right now is just a little bit more turbulent than it was a couple weeks ago. What about Workhorse? I'm not sure what you're asking about Workhorse, but I'm not into Workhorse by any means. Okay, what else do we have? SPAC party over CCIV dive and Chamath. SPAC sale. Yeah, so he sold this. A lot of people are thinking the SPAC party's over after CCIV. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think the whole market is just more careful right now than it was a couple weeks ago. So I think we will maybe see smaller growth in some of these SPACs. Like, we're not gonna see quite what we did last year, I think. But I mean, heck, if you can get one that's $11 and it goes up to 14 or 15, that's still a really good return. So that's just something to keep in mind. Wondering if you've researched A, B, and B. Not sure why there's more coverage of the stock overall, with them potentially overtaking the tourism industry versus the traditional hotels, motels. It seems to me this company should double/triple in the next couple of years. Any thoughts or concerns? Yeah, so one concern, I guess, would be, and I looked into this one. I haven't looked into it since its IPO. I think I looked into it one other time when there's a dip. But basically, Airbnb has just blown up recently. If we take a look at the share price, it's a great company. I like the company. I like what they're doing. One potential concern is something like the pandemic, but it seems like they actually had pretty good numbers because people wanted to go somewhere, and Airbnbs were one of the places that they went. So it opened up, I want to say it opened up for 70 or 80 or something, shot up right away to 130, 140, and it's been going pretty well since then. It has come down a little bit. I just think the valuation is pretty high now. I don't remember exactly their numbers for sales, but when I looked into it, I was like, okay, I just think there are better places to put my money. But if there's any kind of a significant decline, I would love to buy into this company because I love what they do, and I love the business model just in general. What does the bill mean for the stock market? It should be good. In theory, there should just be more money out in circulation, more money pumped into the market through Robinhood, through crypto, through a bunch of different means. Also just helping businesses and hopefully just helping money velocity a little bit. Personal questions. Okay, let's see what this is here. So I don't know what this company is. IIROC. I don't know. Sometimes they're halted for different reasons, so it depends. People are saying congrats because of my engagement. I appreciate that. And congrats on the earnings. Thank you. I appreciate that too. So I own a pretty successful business that my staff pretty much run for me and is well organized. I'm new to trading and cannot figure out a system to organize myself for trading. In business, I use Outlook, OneNote, and Teams for all my notes and reminders, Is there any program for trading to keep track of all your planned strategy for each stock? If not, how do you keep track of swing trades and one-term stocks? So, first of all, congrats on the successful business. Second of all, I don't think you have to really overthink it. If you're just trying to keep track of your plan and strategy, you could literally just like something that I'm thinking about is you could have either an Excel file that just has notes, or if you want to, you could like literally go through and make a short video on what you're seeing and why you like it. So that way when you're curious or when you forget, you can go back and look at it. So that's one thing that's great about having the YouTube channel. I can go back and look why I like different stocks, and it's like 8 to 10 minutes of statistics of news articles and stuff like that. When is the CCIV ticker going to be changed for Lucid? I'm not sure. Probably a while, because they just announced this a couple weeks ago. So it usually takes a while after they announce it for them to actually merge. But I don't know if they have a date yet. Just curious whether you are classified as a day trader as far as taxes and all that goes. I'm trying to decide whether to file for an LLC and become self-employed as a trader. No, so I have not done that. I don't know what that would take on that side. I haven't looked into that. Most of my stuff is still in tax-advantaged accounts, but I'll have to switch that around a little bit because I'll run out of places to put my money in tax-advantage this year. Is there any bad news on RAAC? It's dropping slowly. No, I don't think there's any news on it. I think other people are just seeing other stocks go up. I haven't seen any bad news on RAAC or anything like that. I still think it's a good place to put your money, but it's not like one that's super hyped up or anything like that. Okay, so SPACs, RAAC, ACIC, VACQ, SFTW, not moved while other stocks have had a good run up. Any changes in strategy? So that was yesterday. I don't think that these SPACs necessarily always move with the general market. I mean, sometimes they do, but the whole SPAC market has just gotten hit really hard. I'm not going to change my strategy there. Like, I'm putting more money into the market, but the great thing about SPACs, one of the great things is the downside protection. So let's say you had like $100,000 and you put $50,000 into SPACs at $10 or $11, and then you put $50,000 into Square, Palantir, like other companies that have no downside protection. If you had the same return, you would probably much rather go with the SPACs because of the fact that there's downside protection. Now, of course, you have to look at the underlying companies and everything, but generally, like if you could get the same return with SPACs as you could with other stocks, that would be awesome. So I'm not too worried about that. I think certain stocks like this, people just haven't been looking into as much. ACIC, RAC, these kinds of companies are a little bit more speculative, and we still are like seeing some turbulence in the market, and people are moving their money to like some bigger cap stocks, it seems like, and just like the EV sector. Any updates on Cens? Not today. I don't think I've seen anything. Good news on Cens would be great. Yeah, I mean, it was up like 18%, then it fell down, and now it's back up, and yeah, it's just back and forth. Stock AHAC finally climbed up, and my losses reverted to about 2% add gains until last week. Question is to hold it or cut the loss. I think that depends on you. So AHAC is one that I need to like look back into because we went through the last couple weeks. I haven't looked back at it. I've been trimming some positions, and honestly, that's one of those ones where I could see it moving up again, but I might be moving money into something that I feel even stronger conviction than or on. So you might want to take a look at that. I think it's up to you. But yeah, right now there isn't much downside to it. Just looking at the cost, it is $11.52. It's not really high risk, but that's kind of up to you, I guess. It is valued, if I remember right, pretty low. I haven't looked back into it since I bought it originally, just to increase my conviction on it more. Should we hold COUV? That depends on you. I'm still holding it. I don't think I can literally sell on Fidelity yet, but I don't think I will. I mean, I might just hold on to it because after the whole thing happened with COUV, I don't think anything really changed on the companies. Like, they got put back on. So I don't know if they're just like, if they just the government just decided to take a look at them and they didn't find anything. But it sounds like everything's still going smoothly. Thoughts on Roblox? High valuation, but might be another one like A, B, and B where it just goes up anyways. Thoughts on PLTXF? PLTXF. Okay, let me pull that up. PLTXF. So I believe that is okay. Plant. Okay, yep. So I've done a video on this one. I haven't bought this, but man, it did go up 36% today. I don't know if there's news on it. I don't own it, but I did a video on it. I'm guessing there's something that happened today to make it jump this much, but maybe not. Maybe it's just it kept on going down, so now people are buying in on the dip. Not sure. But I mean, I kind of like what they do. The idea of what they do is interesting. Sends on the climb. Bro, what strategy are you using to buy and sell these stocks? You're buying like 10 to 15 shares and selling it. Do you know why you're buying and why you're not holding? Yeah, so, or just buying things with low risk. Yeah, so it depends, right? So I've been adding and adding for 2 weeks and adding every single day to like 4 or 5 different companies. And I wanted to keep cash, so I was not trying to buy all in right when it dipped. So I probably put 10% of my portfolio into the market over the last couple weeks, and then today I just trimmed some positions because I had a lot of positions that were just small. Some of them were ones I built out when I wasn't making as much money. Some I bought into and then they jumped a lot. So yeah, I had to trim some, but over the long term, I'm going to be building up bigger positions, and that's the goal. I had just been buying too many, so I trimmed some. And like, yeah, I was buying like SFTW and 15 share increments and stuff like that because I just kept on adding like day in and day out. The question of the century here, he doesn't make money off stocks, he makes money off clickbait YouTube videos. Yeah, so I mean, most people on YouTube make more money off YouTube. Like that's the same thing with most people in their day jobs. Like if I said like to some person that trades stocks, oh, you probably make more money off your day job than you make from stocks. Yeah, that's the case for most people because otherwise you would probably just do this full time and just trade stocks. But yeah, so I do more or I make more on YouTube definitely. Riz Lamek says, this might be the last month on this Discord if I can't see a value you added to my portfolio. Yeah, so I mean, the whole market's been down, so you have to determine whether you think you want to stay in or not. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.